Actually,
What is it?
well, no, because, like, if I look down, it's, like, in my fucking chin. So can we put it maybe here? Just a touch.
Better?
Yeah.
Mic check.
That was your mic check?
Yeah, that was my mic check.
Your Mick-Mac check?
My Mickety Macker.
Mick-Mac Paddywhack.
Give a dog a bone.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that was the rest of the song. How come you're not letting me show my Anchor fucking logo? Yours is showing.
That's because I have it clipped in the notch. Otherwise, I find that it flip flops and then it won't actually properly catch your
Yeah,
fucking.
what's stopping you from doing this?
Because it'll still. Because it's still fairly heavy, so it kind of like needs to kind of be clipped to some form of like.
Okay, well, it's like this.
I guess close enough for you now.
Excuse me.
Oh, we're still keeping that in.
Okay. Actually, it'll be good. It'll be a good audio test
Burp.
to see if there's any surround sound on it.
Yeah. Oh, to you too. Fucking monkey butt.
Sneezy.
Sneezy. Are we giving her a probiotic or no?
Well, I gave her dinner early already, but I didn't give her probiotic. I forgot to. So she's gonna have to sneeze it out.
I'm already liking this setup now.
Really?
It's so less like
Look at how quickly that was.
2 seconds
Yeah.
literally, and it's just one track.
There's your one phone,
Yeah.
one single box that has these two in the receptor,
Yeah.
the receiver, and that's it.
It's not even just for the sake of like doing a vlog, just making this kind of content now. It just feels more. It doesn't feel as clunky. Like that took me less than a couple of seconds to put together,
Yeah.
and I'm already like ready.
Like you don't feel exhausted. Like there's, like time hasn't passed, and like it's just not. Oh, you
Sorry,
stepped on her.
I didn't mean to step on you. I'm sorry.
Super.
But yeah,
Nice.
I think today, I was really just encouraged after we pretty much nuked the old one. I was like, you know what, let's do that. We at least could talk about one fucking thing for
Yeah.
sure.
So what do you want to talk about?
Friday. That's outside of my fucking waking up to a migraine for sure. I think I really just wanted to just like overview it.
Debrief.
Yeah, thank you. Debrief was the more adult word for it.
Because overlook means that you've overlooked something, like you skipped it.
Yeah, but in reality, it was just more of like to just.
If anything, you meant look over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To see if there was anything. Because even I was thinking about like, okay, so when even in my head, like just going over this what went down throughout the day kind of thing.
Oh, what went down?
Like, let's see. Well,
besides you like being home and like
outside of being home and having the migraine, it really just came down to like I right off the bat, like as the day progressed forward, I found myself like you're like, hey, remember we have to go do the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, as the day kind of moved,
when the second you said I have a migraine, I'm not going to work.
Yeah.
Immediately I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to go to the tour
solo.
alone.
Yeah. But after a certain while, at a point of the day, I did start feeling better, and it was already too late for me to go to fucking work. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. We got to do groceries. We got to be out of the house anyway, so might as well knock it out of the park as well.
Yeah.
So we agreed to doing that. We agreed to do like go do like bring our grocery shit with us.
Yeah.
That way we at least have it in hand.
Yeah.
That way when we got back to the building, we could just go downstairs to the parking lot, get in the car, fuck off the groceries. Mm-hmm. Something I did notice, like outside of the fact that like you found the place specifically.
Yeah.
You found
it didn't just appear.
You found the condo while doing your own research and shit. In terms of the one we went to see on Friday, I was underneath the impression we were literally going to be meeting the seller and not the real estate agent.
No.
Let me finish. That was the impression I was underneath. I thought you got in contact with the real estate. I swear I thought I was under the impression that you got in touch with the person who was selling it off specifically. So when I walked in and we met the guy, I think his name was Richard or some shit.
Jason.
Thank you, Jason. And so when we met him, I'm like, okay, so because I see him like fairly well dressed, put together with a tablet in his hand. I'm like, oh, he's one of those business type dudes.
Sure.
Again, I'm underneath the impression that this isn't the real estate agent. This is the dude who owns the fucking property trying to get rid of it. That's what I went in with. So we get to the building, which is local, like it's literally just down the fucking street from us. Very fucking local. We walk into the main lobby area, which looks nice, swanky, all dressed up and shit.
Sure.
Nice bougie area, like nice little lounge. Behind that, before you hit the concierge, is like this meeting area.
It's like a lounging area, I would say.
Meeting, talking area, whatever.
Like a waiting area, yeah.
And then it's like all decked out. It looks like a fancy fucking hotel.
Obviously.
Downstairs.
Yeah.
And it's like everything is coated in black wood or something. Like
a matted.
Yeah, matted black wood or something. So we meet with him. He seems cool, put together. Again, I'm underneath the impression that this is the fucking the owner of the property, not the agent. So we go up to the whatever fucking floor. Again, we check out the hallway. It looks something. Actually, I started getting vibes from whenever I would visit my aunt Dora. Her apartment.
Yeah.
Like
It's up there. Yeah.
Bougie, nice, classy looking fucking spot.
Sure.
We barely go down the hallway. It's like just beside
It's just
the
next
fucking
to the
elevator.
elevator, yeah.
He knocks and then unlocks the door. My first thought's like immediately anxiety pours over me. I'm like, oh fuck, we're walking in on somebody right now.
Like someone's home.
Someone's home, and I'm not okay with this. We open up the door, like I get the smell of someone's home. Like that. I can smell their lifestyle. And immediately I'm just like, oh, I feel gross. I feel like it's not a comfortable smell when they're foreign to you when you don't know them.
Yeah.
It's like I get with
how you were on defense. Basically.
I get how the cat is whenever she's around someone who smells odd. Like,
yeah. Or if it's like a new smell.
Yeah. So we walk in. You immediately pull off your fucking vesties because you're actually smart to bring those fuckers instead of me. I'm the dumbass who brought the full Timberlands with me. I take off my Timbs, and again, while we're walking, we're discussing because I told you like right when we left here and we were heading over. I'm already thinking based off what we have, like our space, our room.
Yeah.
I'm going to be comparing that new spot.
Yeah, as you should.
Off of this.
Right.
Immediately just crossing that threshold, getting in that first whiff, taking off my boots. I walk past the little tiny ass little hallway, I guess.
Sure.
Past the little shifting.
It's like a little den area.
With the room here to the side. This sliding closet opening for what I assume is the the dryer washer area thing.
Yeah.
Walk past this den, which is literally not even a fucking den. It's like a little weird square rectangle shoved in like it breaks between the entrance of the household into the living room area. It's a little dinky. It looked. I didn't like the way it was set up, and basically it was set up. My first thought is like whoever lives here either has a teenager living here or something because they have a chair here and across is the TV with the game set up, and I'm like,
oh yeah. Okay, so it's definitely a kids section.
Very much a kids section.
Right.
Past that threshold, you get this dinky ass like
you're already in the kitchen.
Literally.
Yeah.
Kitchen and
the kitchen's not even a kitchen. The kitchen is a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I walk in, and even though we have this space, even without
I'll say
that
it like this. What I noticed when I walked in, the hallway was so big.
Yeah.
So I think that tricked me into getting my hopes up into thinking, oh, great, this is going to be super spacious looking. But I think what happened was that big-ass hallway took up all the room from the family room, the bedroom. It took up, that's why everything else looks so small.
The funny thing is, even when I walked in initially, my first thought was like, this is shit. Like, that little walk felt claustrophobic. Regardless of whatever they had in there, it just it felt tighter. Like it didn't feel welcoming or open. Like it was closed off. We walk into the main kitchen living room area.
Yeah.
And I'm already like, okay, so my initial thought is like, oh, so the ceiling's higher, cool. But I look around the room, it's smaller than what we have.
It's very square.
Very squared off. And then, like, we kind of, the moment I step my feet in, I'm like, oh, I'm already in the room. There's no, this is more spacious to me than that.
Yeah, this felt more breathable for sure.
And then she's there, the lady's there doing her own
business,
thing, and I'm like, oh, again, awkward. I like immediately in my head, I'm like screaming, like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
Why did we come here?
Yeah.
I'd rather just go do groceries now. Like, and in my head, but externally, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Okay. Like, because in my brain, I'm processing.
If you gave me like a signal.
Yeah.
To tell me like this is gonna be a no-go.
Yeah.
From jump.
Yeah. We should have discussed that. We should have discussed that.
But then, well, one, you should have brought it up to the agent. But two, the other factor is that if you gave me that signal as we were walking around and I was showing you the different sections, if you told me from jump that this isn't gonna work out.
Yeah.
Then I didn't have to bother. Like going in depth with here's the bedroom, here's the bathroom, or whatever.
Now let me finish. First of all, again, to re-emphasize, thought he was the owner and not the real estate agent. So we
hold on.
Let me finish.
No, but then if he's the owner, is that why you stayed quiet?
I wanted to stay quiet because I didn't want to come across at like. First of all, this is not necessarily just this isn't just a property to somebody. This is also someone's current living space.
Yeah.
I'm not about to be like, oh, this is dog shit.
No, I'm not saying to say it in front of the person living there. I'm saying like when we left, when we were in the elevator.
Again.
Like you were holding back then too.
I'm trying to preface this to begin with. I went into until we left the fucking building.
Yeah.
Remember how we had that commentary afterwards?
Yeah.
And you're like, that was the real estate agent. What the fuck? Hello, I'm telling you, I preface went into it with saying, "Hey, I thought."
Trick question then.
Okay.
If you continued thinking that was the owner of the property.
Yeah.
Would you not have? You said it to me yourself on the way home. You're like, if that was the owner, I would have given him fucking a piece of my mind.
When I said that, it was okay.
I guess what stopped you from saying anything truthful to this person, regardless of what you thought of him?
Because my first thought was immediately my mom's in the back of my head just say nothing, just say thank you for showing me what you had to. I appreciate your time. Good luck to you. And then basically be kind and walk the fuck away. Ignore it. Like if this
I understand, but you're also 32.
I understand that I'm 30 fucking 2. But if this person isn't going to be a part of my life, I could give a bigger dick.
Then it should have been so much easier to fucking tell them off. If you're never going to see them, then who gives a fuck?
But I'm in the power seat. Why the fuck do I need to tell them off?
If you're in the power seat...
Look, it's this simple.
You grab my hand, I will fucking grab yours.
He wasn't being rude to us.
No.
And again... Like, if he was trying to upsell us or like, because I assume...
Oh, like if he was pressing harder?
Oh,
I see, okay.
I was under the assumption that this was the owner. And he introduced himself, oh, I'm the owner, yada, yada, yada. And he never did that. He just said, hi, my name's the following, let's show you the fucking place.
And that's it.
Again, he's being very cordial, very, very nice and polite.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be like, really, dude? This little shitty shoebox, you're selling this property for someone to, this is going to be a home for somebody. And you want, how much as a deposit?
That's what I'm saying.
Are you fucking mental?
That's what I'm saying.
You cheap piece. How many properties do you fucking own? Get fucked.
This is what I'm saying.
But again, I went in thinking this was the owner, not the real estate agent.
I know, but if you maintained the thought of, oh, this is the owner... Why wouldn't you continue?
Because he was being nice and I didn't want to be the dickhead.
So only if he was pressing, you would have been like, no.
I would have been like, bro. I would have been like, no. I'm sorry, but
but you're saying only if he would have pressed you.
Only because this man was allowing us. What I respected about the real estate agent.
Yeah.
He was letting us decide.
Yeah, obviously.
Whereas if it was the owner, he'd be trying to upsell us on every fucking part of it.
Maybe
he didn't. This dude didn't. He's like, oh yeah, it's not. It's really good. It's da 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 da. But he didn't go like, you should really grab it. You should really grab it. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Like he didn't do that. He'd allowed us to just really browse.
The only time I thought he was gonna do that, or at least it came off as that, was when he started talking about like, oh yeah, the price was actually a bidding war, so the guys, there's already someone in the works.
That was when,
or whatever,
and that's when I heard.
I was like, okay,
and that's when I heard that. My first thought's like, good. I don't want this fucking place.
Yeah.
I would never consider this place worthy of that much fucking money. Like this is. Ugh.
I wonder if the person who bought it is either like a new couple who's like modern or whatever, or it's like someone purchasing a condo.
Yeah.
To either rent out to like a student or to like give to their kid.
Oh, this is that.
Like to give, like have their, like to let their kid have it. Like it's a bachelor essentially.
Thank you. I was literally going to say that. It literally screams bachelor apartment living. And I'm like, because with the den, the hallway, I'm like. I literally walked in. My first thought was, "Oh my god, this reminds me of the time when the few times when I visited Jeff and his sister when they were living like downtown.
Okay,
this was like early high school. Yeah. Whenever I would visit, this felt like their spot.
So it's like the beginner,
like that beginner tight, like corners, like very boxy, like closed in, fucking like not a whole lot of room to breathe kind of thing.
Yeah,
like it smelled like foot, ass, and weed basically. And I'm like, and I just wasn't. And my immediate thought was like, oh, this just reminds me of one of their old fucking places that looks horrible.
It's kind of like the equivalent of like baby's first condo type energy.
So when we walked in, crossed the threshold, saw the living room space, I'm like, oh, this is too squared, boxed off for me.
You know what? This would be a condo we would have to rent out.
Exactly. That was my first thought. My first thought, who
to
the
like a
fuck
single
wants,
person?
Like, it has to be a single person only. Like one person. Like so. We walked past that. The bathroom's right there. It looks renovated. I'm not going to give them. I'm not going to give them crap for that. It was nice. Yeah. Walk into the bedroom. It is smaller than ours. Like the room tightens up around the fucking bed.
Yeah.
The only bit of breathing room was the walk-in closet beside it, and even that was fairly fucking dinky. And I'm like, bro, we have more space than this.
But beyond that, I think also in the bedroom there's a far corner wall that was like protruding out that was taking up space next to the window.
Yeah.
And then it closed off the other side, which was really annoying. So then from that standpoint, it was a really weird like position to be in. But ultimately, I guess for sake of experience, okay, fine, we did it. But also at the same time, it's like we have to be
more mindful.
Now we have to be.
I have to be more mindful.
You have to be more mindful with how you approach the situation.
Yeah.
Because I for both of our sakes, I would appreciate it if you took whatever tour we take seriously.
Yeah.
As if you were to live in it.
Okay.
Because it's a factor of like, if there's more pressure on the line, therefore it'll prompt you to ask more questions.
Yeah. But again, that's why when we walked home after viewing the whole place, and I was just trying to be very neutral, very positive, very nice,
quiet
about the whole. Like I was like letting you take the lead because in my head I'm like, I already don't like this place. I already want to fucking leave.
Yeah.
First of all, I wouldn't leave because this is I'm intruding on someone's home. For however much longer, this is someone's home still. They live here. We're right feet from the woman, and I'm like, I feel awkward. Like in my head, I'm like, of course I don't feel right saying.
But also at the same time, it was weird because he at first told me, oh, we have to give the tenant 24 hours notice and all that stuff. So I'm assuming that, which is the legal way to do it, which is fair. But I assumed he was going to do the same thing when we postponed to this week when we went to go do it. But then she was still there. Like, I thought it was going to be a signal of, like, hey, you need to fuck off for, let's say,
hours,
half an hour or so, whatever. Yeah.
Or chill in the lobby or something.
Yeah, or at least be like, hey, I have a couple showings at so-and-so time for, like, from 3:30 to 4:30.
Can you not be there?
Yeah, like, can you...
not be there, literally?
Like, do you mind just, like, meeting me in the lobby and then we can go do the thing? Or if you want to wait outside or whatever it is and, like... But also she was, like, in the middle of laundry, too, and stuff.
I know
that.
That's why I'm like, she's feet from me doing her business.
Yeah.
And I'm in here, and my first...
And also, it's not, like, business we need to see... either.
And again, it was in her, like, I felt
so
awkward.
I guess maybe that was the first signal that it wasn't going to go well. Okay, fine. But at the same time, it's like, I think...
And that's why
at least for sake of exposure and for engagement with the agent, I think it's a good first step because you're not used to talking to agents either.
No.
That's the thing. So this is your
Again,
turn.
like I said, I thought I was talking to the fucking owner.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like
put it this way.
That's why I want you to ask the questions sooner than later.
And I think another reason why I held back all that negative shit was because there's a woman right there living here still.
But that's what I was saying. You didn't have to say it in front of her. I was saying when we left.
And by the time we had left, I felt so much awkward tension from that experience. I couldn't say nothing. I was like, I just want to get out of here. Like it's like when you're holding back words and it starts to creep into your skin. Like that's why I was like, I need to leave.
Yeah.
And blow up elsewhere, like somewhere I can breathe air.
Yeah.
So when we left, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm like, I felt bad. Like, with every opinion going through my fucking skull. Like, the washroom was nice, but what the fuck? This shoe, who wants to live in a shoe box? And then I remembered, oh yeah, there's a lady literally sitting a few feet from me. And I'm like, I don't want to say nothing rude because this is her. It's like, you made the choice to live here. I don't want to sound like a dickhead. I don't want to be the guy who says, hey, you realize you rented out a shitbox to live in for however fucking long?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. But also, again, like that's what I was saying. If you just waited until the elevator and let it
Either
all
way,
out,
once
then...
we left and he did the whole thing, and then once like we did the whole thing, he was cordial. He said, we'll keep in touch. I'm like, cool, let's keep it. And that's the thing why I literally, like when I left the building, I'm like, we're never calling him again. But then that's when you said, hey, he's a real estate agent, I'm like, oh, then we're definitely going to have to keep in touch with him.
Yeah.
Because at that point, because I thought when he said we can keep in touch, it's like, hey, if the property gets cheaper for you, if I bring down the price for
that's
you,
so funny.
we can keep in touch. That's why for me, I'm like, I don't want your fucking property, you piece of shit. Because in my head, I'm thinking, oh, this is just another person trying to make a quick buck off of me now, off a shitbox. I'm like, I'm cool with my shitbox as far as I'm concerned. It has more fucking room.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable in my bedroom. It's not tight as fuck. My monkey has room to sleep in 4 to 5 different corners.
And she has a place to run around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In that place, she wouldn't be able to fucking breathe.
No.
So in my head, like going through all those steps, I'm like, I need to get out of here. And then as we left the whole building and I was cursing it out, you're like, dumb fuck, it was the real estate agent. I'm like, oh, okay, then I can cool. Then
that's why he was talking about the real estate industry.
But
and
again, I
pricing.
thought he was just a really I thought he was one of those,
you just thought he researched?
I thought he was just a really well invested fucking owner.
Oh, that's funny.
There are those people who don't need a real estate agent necessarily, who just do their own business.
They do like list their own shit. I get it, but I'm saying in terms of
remember the guy who we ended up going to see downtown near
like King
or Union or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
For that one apartment complex.
Where we met the Asian guy.
No, that wasn't the agent. That was the owner.
No, that was the agent.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Anyways,
was it the owner?
I swear, if he gave vibes,
no, because when I remember, you're talking about the Asian guy, right?
I think he was Asian.
Brown trench coat.
Trench coat.
No.
No, he was wearing like some fucking nice looking crew neck with jeans and shit. I remember him being a white guy. It was like some fancy ass looking building. We went up to the top floor or whatever. Someone else had just finished leaving the fucking condominium. It was completely gutted.
Oh, okay. Oh, that place. Yeah. That was the ice condos. That was downtown. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he was the owner. He wasn't the agent.
Oh,
like he was the owner of the fucking property. And when we looked through, even then when we looked through, like I hadn't experienced we were still living at like the folks' house. Yeah. So we. Like, as far as I was concerned, that place was fucking huge in comparison.
No, we went there, you're like, oh my God, this is small.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. Anyways, so in my mind, when we met up with...
Jason,
thank you. When we met
How is it that you remember the fucker Jason, but you don't remember the agent Jason?
Point being, once we met up with that man, he showed us the building, we were like, okay, cool. We got out of the building. At that point, I just unloaded. I'm just like, I never want to go there again. I'm glad we don't have to deal with them again. But then when he told me he was their agent, I'm like, oh, never mind, cool. At least at that point, that's when you were giving, and then you were giving me, she's like, why didn't you say that to him? And I'm like, hey, if he's the agent, cool, we could just change our mind about certain details.
Yeah.
If he was because I thought I was on the impression that he was the owner. At that point, I was like, oh, if the woman was not there, I would have been like, I don't like it. If the woman was not there, I'd be more inclined to be like,
I don't think this is gonna suit us. Yeah.
I'd be like, this is honestly bachelor pad to me. We have a cat. We don't. This is our apartment now has more sufficient room for us plus her than this dinky thing. No, with all due respect, dude, this is a shoebox. And for what you're asking for it, you kind of ridiculous. Like I'm just being honest. I don't like your space, and the fact that you're not dropping it.
No, you're talking to the owner.
Yes.
I know, but you're saying if we had the owner.
If we had the owner and the woman wasn't there,
yeah,
I would have been straight and be like, "This is not good."
Then that's different. But I think also what happened was that because the pricing changes on this property were so frequent and like also so significant.
And I think what also put the bad taste in my mouth when I still thought he was the owner and not the real estate agent was because when he said, "Oh, there's a bidding war here," my literal first thought was, "You fucking snake! A bidding war over a shoebox apartment."
Oh, you thought it was a brag?
Yeah, I'm like, eat dick.
Yeah.
Like that was only my thought. I'm like, eat a whole bag of like.
So
dicks,
now that you know he's the agent, what's your response to
my response is like, we need something that's more suitable for a couple with a cat. We need something a bit more room, with more room.
Yeah.
In general, and hopefully not at a horrendous price. Because in this current economy, even if the market is fucking flooded and no new projects are being put into works, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Who can afford to live in this country at that point?
But this is what I'm saying. I think once the prices come down, because they have no choice to, because real estates are going to start telling people, you know what, you need to start lowering the price because no one wants to fucking buy it, right? So,
hey, do you want to stay? Do you want to make money or do you want to go broke?
Yeah, it's like, are you trying to sell this off ASAP or you want to
like hold on to it and like lose more money on it?
Because that's the thing. Like people, they need to like reduce the price to a nice enough number that to at least lure people in. And then again, this is going to be like bidding war season.
Literally, yeah.
It's going to go. That's going to be a thing for like ongoing. I think that's going to be the trick to getting people to pay more. Upfront.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. So basically, we have to have a deposit ready that is bidding war ready. Yeah. That's the bigger thing now. That's crazy.
Well, I'm good.
What do you mean? Oh, on timing? Oh, that's funny.
I'm like, we pretty much talked about everything we needed to.
Oh, did we? Oh, that's what you wanted to go for? Okay.
Yeah, I was just bringing that up.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Very few.
Whatever.
All right. Later.